All right, friends, welcome to ARMES, your all-in-one AI command center. In this video, we'll show you how ARMES transforms your interactions with AI, helping you achieve real-world results through a seamless workflow that brings together multiple AI models and capabilities in one elegant interface. Today, I'll demonstrate how ARMES can help you create a comprehensive 90-day personal development plan. We'll be using multiple AI models, specialized bots, and ARMES' unique features to transform general ideas into an actionable plan tailored to your specific situation. So we'll start here in the ARMES bot library, where you can access all of the available bots, including our premier ARMES GPT. So let's start there. Let's go ahead and give it an install. Lets us know it's installed to our chat dashboard. So let's hop on over to our chat dashboard, and there she is. ARMES GPT is our primary AI assistant. Unlike basic chatbots, ARMES GPT is optimized for structured thinking and complex planning. It also has access to all of the world's top AI models in one chat. You can click here and choose any of the models available, which is awesome. But hey, not all of us know which models are best for what and not good at what, because they all have strengths and weaknesses. That's why the auto mode is such a special feature to me. It takes the thinking out of it. By selecting the auto mode, depending on your query, what you're talking about, what you need, what you're asking for, it'll choose the best model from all of the world's top models for your query. Pretty trick. Takes the thinking out of it. Maximum capability, zero friction. Let's get started. I want to create a 90-day personal development plan focused on improving my public speaking skills and building a consistent exercise routine. Can you help me structure this plan? All right. I could just send this in, but there's this thing called prompt engineering. You know, the quality of your inputs determine the quality of your outputs. So I could spend a lot of time, take Google's 30-hour course, read OpenAI's 69-page document, and go down the rabbit hole on the best way to form the plan and prompt and everything to get the max. Or we could take the thinking out of it once again. Built into every chat interface in ARMES is this improved prompt button. By giving it a click, it will take your prompt and immediately start implementing prompt engineering tactics and functions to your prompt to give you a supercharged prompt. So not only do you get access to all the world's top models, and depending on what your query is under auto, it chooses the best one for you. You can just go ahead and put in whatever your prompt is without you really thinking about it, just saying what you want to accomplish or what you want to do, and then have ARMES take care of the prompt engineering for you. All right, look at that. Before you send in your prompt, you're able to review it and edit it the way that you'd like to make sure all the details are correct. This looks pretty good to me. All right, so I'm just going to send it as it is. Boom. So we send it on into ARMES GPT. It's in auto mode, so it's going to automatically pick the best model for my query and generate a response for us. Boom, look at that. Okay, so this is, you know, a pretty detailed plan. Nice. Guarantee you it's a much better plan with our improved prompt than it would have been. This looks really nice. One of the great functions and features of ARMES GPT is the ability to capture and work with your insights. Instead of your common GPT experience where you just have to go to the chat and scroll up and find it and maybe copy it and paste it to an external program and you're flipping programs, that type of stuff helps me get out of the flow, okay? I want to remain in the flow. So you'll notice that at the top of every chat bubble is 3 little buttons, one where I can copy it. If you do want to take it somewhere else, go for it. You can also delete any individual message. Say there's messages that don't work for you and you want to clean up your chat, maybe old versions of things inside the chat. Allows you to keep things nice and concise and organized. Beautiful, wonderful. But this one's nice, guys. Save to notes. With one click, I can immediately save it to a new folder with the time and a new note with the bot's name and the time for quick saving, and off you go, and it's captured. For this example, I'm going to call this my plan, and then I'm going to call this plan A. Beautiful. We can then continue working with our chat knowing that it's saved. But let's go take a look at it. We can click over to our notes. Okay, looks like we've got that folder called My Plan and our plan called Plan A. From here, we can go ahead and edit it and work with it and format it however we'd like. For this example, I'm just going to delete the top of that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and delete all that. Whenever you're working with notes, you're always informed on whether your changes are saved. It will auto-save after 30 seconds. Of course, it lets you know how many words and characters you have. I can hit Command S or even hit the Save button, and it'll clearly let you know that it's saved. Out of place, out of mind. So, cool. Here we go. We've got our plan in Plan A. Let's experiment with using some other bots to see if we can make this even better. I'll hop on over to the bot library, and there's one that I particularly like, the Billionaire Strategic Advisor. This guy is badass, okay? Give him a click, one-click install, installs faster than anything else you'll find in the market. I mean, look at that, that's amazing. Hop on over to the Billionaire Strategic Advisor, start up a new chat. Here we are inside the Strategic Advisor. Every single bot, FYI, has a help mode. And when you're in this help mode, it teaches you how to use ARMES and how best to use this bot. So let's just start with this. How can I best use this bot? You can come here and ask any kind of questions, how the bot can help you, what's going on, how do you use it, etc. What can it do for me? It's a great question. I'm here to help you get the most out of the Billionaire Strategic Advisor. Think of me as your personal guide and understanding its unique approach. The best way to use this bot is to switch over to the Strategic Advisor mode. Yeah, right up here, got you. Yep. Its core purpose is to accelerate success by being brutally honest, using systems thinking, provide high-level actions, etc. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Let's just go ahead and get to work. All right, Mr. Advisor, I want you to review my note entitled Plan A. It incorporates a lot of planning that I have surrounding building my public speaking and my fitness routine. I want you to tell me what you think about it, and I want you to tell me what I could do to make it better and more actionable. Again, you guys, we're not having to search through our chats and copy things and save it external to something other program and then copy it and paste it into another bot. All of that is just friction and just annoying. Just build your own centralized database of knowledge inside of ARMES and reference it in conversation with your bots. It's beautiful. You never have to worry about ChatGPT forgetting what the project plan was and like having to scroll back up and copy and remind it what's going on and paste it back in. Just go and put it in your notes, iterate on it, edit it, and then reference it again. Hey, reference this plan again and let's get started. You always have the most context. It's quite amazing. All right, let's see what this guy says. Okay, I reviewed your plan A. Let's cut straight to it. This is a meticulously detailed plan. You put significant thought into breaking down 2 substantial goals into weekly increments. That level of detail is commendable. However, it reads like a textbook exercise, not a battle plan for real-world execution. It's bloated, overly optimistic about linear progress, and lacks the focus and intensity requiring for breakthrough results. You've created a checklist, not a system for guaranteed improvement against resistance and inevitable setbacks. Okay, this guy's smart. I like it. Gives me some strategic insight about what's good, the fatal flaws, the fragility, the lack of prioritization within weeks, insufficient accountability and feedback, milestones, etc. Gives me an action protocol, shift to a 4-week sprints, identify that one thing. All right. He always gives you an accountability challenge at the end. This plan is comprehensive but lacks intensity and resilience. Your immediate task is to distill weeks 1 through 4 down to the absolute essentials based on the sprint structure I outlined and identify all this stuff. All right. This is good. This is good info. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quickly just append this to my existing plan and note. I'll go to my plan. We'll add it to Plan A. It shows you a little preview of what the note content is to make sure you're saving it to the right place. And we will append that to my note. All right, so we've got our plan and we've got the strategic advisor's advice on how to make it better at the end of that note. Let's slide back on over to ARMES GPT. I want you to review my note entitled Plan A. has a plan for helping me build my public speaking and my fitness routine. At the end of the note is some good sound advice on how I can make it better. I'd like you to incorporate the plan and the advice and help me generate a brand new, improved plan. All right. There we go. Send that in. Again, guys, I know AI, I know which models would be better for what and this and that, but I don't even care anymore. I just put it in auto mode because it takes the thinking out of it. I don't want to be thinking about all this other junk and going to different programs and copying and pasting. It's just take all the friction out of it, my friends. All right, look at that. Let's see what this guy has to say. Okay, I reviewed your note called Plan A and the advice appended to it. It's a very detailed plan covering both public speaking and fitness over 13 weeks. The advice section provides a critical analysis highlighting the plan's strengths, deliberate practice, progress overload, reflection, but also its weaknesses, fragility, lack of prioritization, insufficient accountability, task-based milestones. The core feedback is to move from a detailed checklist on and on and on based on this. Here's the framework of the improved plan. All right, look at this. Now, this is a supercharged plan, you guys. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's do this. Let's take this. Let's put it in my plan, and let's create a new note called Plan B. All right. Save that on over there. Hop on over to our notes. There we go. Plan B. Great. All right. I'm gonna take off the top of this stuff here. And see, is there anything end of sprint reflection? How does the sprint from the structure takes you? Okay, we'll take all that stuff. We'll take that out. All right, cool. Now, I'll tell you, this next feature is pretty awesome. It's called the optimized note. You can take any note that you have and optimize it. Now, these are already very, very structured because ARMES GPT and all the other bots put things in a beautifully formatted structure. But say if you were just typing notes, meeting notes, you're labeling things, numbering things, the numbers out of control, the spelling, the grammar's out of control, you put some to-dos here, go off on a tangent here, put more to-dos here. When you hit optimized note, it's going to take all of that and structure it and put it into a really beautiful format. So for this example, when I go ahead and optimize this note, we probably won't see too much change in the formatting and stuff, right? Just know that it will improve all of that. But what I want to show you is another piece of the optimized note process. It takes a comprehensive look at all the content of your note, and at the very end, it appends reflections and leading questions to help you kind of continue on your journey. So, all right, it did make it look a little bit better. All right, that's great. So let's just take a look at what I'm talking about here. Potential next steps and reflections. For week 3, speaking task, how will you objectively measure a significant reduction in filler words to know that you've met the aim? All right. When logging fitness sessions, what specific basic notes or metrics like effort level mentioned in week 3? All right, let's just take these questions. Let's just take these questions and go back to ARMES GPT. Let's just have an iterative process here. Make this thing as great as possible. Here's some questions I have about the plan that we have. I wonder if you can help me think through them and any suggestions you have. All right, do that. Boom, paste in those questions. See what ARMES GPT has to say about this. All right. These are excellent questions that get to the heart of making the plan truly actionable and effective. Let's think through each one. Measuring a significant reduction in filler words. You're absolutely right. The significant reduction needs a more objective measure before the final week 4 milestone. Establish a baseline, calculate percentage reduction, define significant quantitative. All right, useful basic notes on metrics section. All right. Ensuring specific actionable feedback. I love it. All right. That looks good. Why don't you go ahead and generate a brand new plan with the considerations and best practices that you've discussed. All that to say, you guys, you're getting the best experience possible using the world's top models and the right one for the right task. You're getting the opportunity to capture those insights, improve those insights, and utilize those insights with your interactions with other bots. So this looks good. All right, now we're really cooking, sprint-based, weeks 1 through 4. I'll just go ahead and save this to my plan, and we'll move it over to, let's create a new plan. We'll create a new one here. Plan C, save. Great. So as you can see, it's a pretty powerful experience that we have here. Not only do you have the world's best GPT experience with the world's top models, and the thinking is brought out of it so you can choose the best model across all the different vendors for whatever you're working on. You can improve your prompt to get the most out of your experience with any of those models. You can save and iterate your own personal knowledge base and reference that knowledge with all of your bots till they are fully in context and working with you on all the details that you require from your experience. And even though we just launched, we've got a plethora of bots to help you become the solopreneur and commander of your dreams. What do you want to do? What do you want to build? What do you want to become? We just added the future self designer, and I really like this one. It's really quite good. Well, oftentimes we can get stuck in a rut and we think we know who we are and we think we know where we want to go, but we don't know how to kind of fill that gap and envision ourselves being who we want to become. It's really quite interesting that AI can help you with this process, but it can. So check it out. Have a conversation with the future self designer. Become who you want. Take advantage of all of the available productivity bots and build your dreams and get the most out of AI, guys. You're just using ChatGPT with the regular old 4.0 model. Look, the 4.0 model is good overall. It's not particularly great at writing, not particularly great at step-by-step. It's not particularly great at coding or any of these other things. It's a good overall model, and it's friendly. And there for a couple weeks, it was a little too friendly, if you know what I'm talking about. I digress. But hey, man, we're providing the best AI experience possible to get you the most out of your AI experience and really get you cooking on what you want to do in life. So the AI tsunami is coming. It's going to be displacing a lot of jobs, but never fear. If you start upskilling now and start building on what you want to become and what you want to build and create and be and do, you're going to get ahead of it, all right? Technology is modern fire. It can cook your food, it can light your path, it can also burn your house down. So balance is important, and you can't just ignore these things. Help yourself get prepared for this future, and Armies is ready to help you do that. So thank you so much for watching. We're going to have some more videos. Please enter your questions, your thoughts down below. And if you have any features that you'd like to see change or added, any bots that you'd like to be seeing added to the bot library, go ahead and shoot me an email, joseph@armes.ai. I'm ready and willing to receive your feedback and your ideas. This is going big, friends, all right? And this is just the start. I can't wait to see where we go. I've got some really great ideas already. And as you can see, we're already innovating above the giants. This experience is just crazy what you can do with this stuff. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.